So, yeah, me and Eleni, sorry, we networked each other into this, you could say. You're gonna notice what we're talking about, what we mean. You all know how it goes actually in a most that finding a valuable contact and trying to get some collaboration together or some sort of value together is the point of this whole workshop. And that's actually what we need. It's like living example right in front of you. And the first part of this workshop is going to be about understanding your own network. What your network looks like. So if we would get into some kind of definition, just to give a framework for you before we jump into the icebreaker session. Peer networks provide early stage researchers with collaboration, skill development, emotional support, career opportunities, and a collective voice in academia. So that's more or less what they try to promote here as a definition, at least, which is not carved on stone, in stone. Correct my English, please.
Not correctly,
so that's what we're going to be moving around when it comes to the definition of what a network is, what we think a network will be for you that are on your early career, your research work. And just to get started, you will find a lot of text here, a little less text over here. And we thought we would just take 2 or 3 minutes maybe. You could be in the same groups that you were, and each one of you pick up a country from here and try to find which of these roles would match with that country. So each country matches with a role over here. Right? So just get together, start talking, pick any country you want from here, and try to find the role that country is connected to. In these countries, there is the tradition of doing these. There's the tradition so that these scenarios would happen while a networking opportunity starts.
But each group, one country, sorry?
Every person, one country, and you try to find it. So just do as much as you can. Give it 5 minutes maybe. Yes, pick one country, each person picks a country, and then you try to find the role, and then tell you why you're doing that.
Do you manage to reach?
Yes.
Because I need to go there.
As a person, and then try to find the role that is matching. Yes, I would like you to talk about why you're representing that country. Okay, so you want for example, Germany fits in these scenarios, which scenario is Germany, and then that will be too easy for you, but and then please tell each other also why you're agreeing with that.
Number 7.
Yeah, both examples are best.
The first one is what happens if the
You have much more experience than
okay.
Yeah.
So
So the scenario is that we will say like,
I've done 1 year and a half in real estate, but I was a student and then I think it's research engineer, pandemic.
yeah, it's
Basically, no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I had the international supervisor, so.
Oh Jesus! I got a I got just a reminder from this kind of thing was the work that they were doing.
Yeah, I have no
I think 3 is Germany. Yeah, I think it's 3 is Germany. Yes, definitely. The others or just to so we just need to focus on 2 or 1.
Yeah, they're very similar.
I was wondering, I actually was wondering, I was reading these ones and I was wondering about, I think it was the last 2, one which is about the right of your position.
Oh, so you're trying to.
There is from the,
One last minute?
ah,
I would say hierarchical structures are not as enforced. So
sorry,
Yeah.
by the way,
Do we have any numbers?
sorry, by the way, what about
Who would
number
like
8
to
in German?
throw it out? Did you find any?
No, it's not only highly.
That seems very familiar.
Exactly.
Should we go in order?
So it's high value to be.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Which country do you think number 1 is? Anyone has pick one? Yes.
But I think that's one.
So number 1 is Sweden.
we didn't.
You know the answers, right?
Yes, we can.
So number 1 is Sweden. Let's go for number 2. Which country do you think is Spain?
Spain, or is France.
It is Spain.
France.
Was it France? France.
Yeah.
France was the right answer.
Well done.
Yet there is a lot of overlapping traits here, so don't feel disencouraged. This is not a scientific list. There is no research behind this. Number 3. Anyone try to guess number 3?
Germany.
Found number 3 in a country?
Germany?
Germany, yes, correct.
Sweden was number 1.
Number 4. No one else? No? Yes, Israel.
You got it right.
It is innovation that is marking it. Yeah, I was guessing that actually when I was reading when I got these results from my AI chats. I review them. I don't use things from AI right away. Actually, I should say. And number 5.
Any other guess?
Yeah, same climate at least, but this one was marked as Spain, yes.
There's some objections from it.
No, no, you
Maybe you can tell us how you see it.
Well, it was more number 2.
Yeah, number 2 was.
Feelings are, yeah.
They're similar.
I mean,
To be fair, we do
for not
have
chatting about family, personal interest,
It's not that problem.
not in the beginning of a meeting. It's a bit not well seen.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, that's good to use this exercise to get some feedback. Thank you.
Number 6.
You can.
Yeah, I noticed it right away.
Subtle.
What gave it away? That is from you.
They're not very direct, actually.
That's true.
Yeah, you think-
Yes. Nothing is direct. You have to read between the lines.
Yeah.
To know what the meaning is actually.
And number 7. Your start.
Switzerland, I guess.
But I think Switzerland.
I think it's Switzerland. Okay, no, no.
Is it Switzerland?
Number 7.
This one was
Japan, but.
Yeah.
At least unfortunately.
This one was marked as Belgium.
Belgium.
By the iPods, but as I was saying, it's.
So 8 is Switzerland, yeah.
I never saw someone explaining business cards in
Yeah.
Belgium. So,
I see. Yeah.
but it's a I only know the scientific part, not the business meetings.
It can be very different, right?
Yeah, probably.
Do you also experience that way, that the scientific and the corporate part being very different?
Yeah. In France, there are terribly like the difference in science and I think technology, business,
Yeah.
other arts is very different.
I see. Yeah. So that's a good takeaway.
I mean, I guess, at least I don't know what business does. For example, in Sweden it says it starts with a firm handshake. Like I've never experienced that ever at my department, and someone shakes someone's hand.
Yeah. That's actually changed a lot since the pandemic, I should say. I don't know if in other countries, but I'm starting to feel that also, that I'm hesitating myself in Sweden, that giving my hand out nowadays. Maybe that could be something. But I remember it from the years before. You've been
After pandemic.
It was after the pandemic, so I don't know. That might have had an effect, because I remember it from the years before actually.
But my whole impression about it is that it's a bit more about stereotypes.
Yes.
So it's not. I mean, there's always a bit of a truth behind, but it's stereotypes are mainly made from people outside what they think about the country,
Yeah.
not about the people inside.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm doing workshops on generative AI too, so that's probably basically what I tell people. It's based on a database and it's guessing words after each other. So yes, definitely it's based on stereotypes. So number 8.
Turkey.
Germany.
And the number 8 is Switzerland.
Switzerland is correct. Germany, we have Germany. It's only one. This one was marked as Switzerland. Anyone? Yes. Yeah.
Switzerland.
I mean, definitely the speaking and respecting privacy and everything was also what I experienced.
And then the last 2 are actually bonus when you think about ADP. You realize it's all ADP countries, and the last 2 will be either Cyprus or Turkey. And
Both quite similar.
yeah, they're very similar. So, yeah, number 9 was Cyprus, and number 10 is Turkey. In this list at least. For me, coffee being offered like before the meeting, like you would have your cup of glass of tea in front of you during a meeting. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
And you have to take it sort of, and as it actually says that. So no, it doesn't say it actually, right? It could be taken back if you don't accept it. So yeah. I mean, one point of course here is that the variety is striking sometimes. Maybe for some of you it's not new, but when I started realizing these differences, when I started moving around during my earlier years, how things can be different. It strikes you. Now you have traveled a lot, all of you, so you are aware of this, of course. But during networking, of course, these are going to play a role too. You might end up in different countries in projects. So essential takeaways would be here. We sent out a little survey to you, and there was one question while answering, like what the definition is when we were asking the question. I don't know. It was, of course, it was anonymous that one, so I don't know who it was, but I thought we could try to put a definition for that too. A contact, what we mean with contact here is a network member. A professional contact is a network member with business ties. Business opportunity, business. And with business we mean here, it's not only business as business, making money business, but also your profession, your occupancy, the occupational work you're doing, right? Also can be defined an individual connected through work-related or industry-specific relationships. Same thing with more works, or someone linked through business, offering mutual benefits in professional growth and opportunities within a specific industry or field. This is one definition, but it's not the end of it. What would you say, Eleni? Like, we're going to talk about it a bit further, but like a family member?
A family member could be more, could be a professional contact. It's someone that they can rely on and they can help you review, for example, something or help you network and so on. It could be a professional contact as well.
Or a close friend, that's right. So, but the idea is here that that collaboration could somehow lead to a professional opportunity someday. Let's do it very quickly in groups of two. Just the person next to you. Let's see. If Jamie and Inovasita, I think. I try to see how likely it is for you to gain new professional contacts from some of these. It is actually, if you want to turn on your computers and you can see, I put a shorter link to this one. It doesn't seem to have saved. You can also go to the web address bit.ly, bit.ly, slash, let me find it. Slash possible connectors. I'll write it
But I mean, in any case, suppose like all those people, clients, managers. I mean, I can tell you some ideas already.
Yeah, like mentors, socializers, colleagues, or like systems, and more like family members, for sure.
Try
to find something striking, like something, if you try to find the one that is most unusual, but still would be able to give you some sort of a professional contact from the list. Does the link work? Anyone has tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Just
try to find a striking connection, like hairdresser. I like the hairdresser one, for example, that could lead to some sort of a professional contact to you, and discuss it. Yes. What is the most striking one possibly for you? That is also possibly real.
The thing is that, you know, that I was thinking, if you have an idea and you share your idea with people, they are gonna start asking. Maybe your hairdresser comes and says like, oh, you know that I have another client who I'm also whatever. She's also working in this. So I wouldn't know why. Probably it's less likely because it's not in the field. You cut it off her. Okay.
Yeah.
Her hairdresser is not.
Let's say an example. Anyone, have you find anything that you want to lift up?
So maybe the say the bartenders, barista, you said.
Local brewery. Maybe that would actually work in the town.
Suppliers. What does it say?
Suppliers?
Suppliers, I think, is very not like.
Not even.
No.
Not like the person who's like laptops, it's like
Exactly. Clients can be a bit weird, maybe. Because they are just coming to you, I don't know, clients, I would say, but the rest are, in an ideal world, they're just possible, everybody can be, sorry?
I think it's just maybe
Exactly.
I don't know where you go to the hairdresser and then they know someone
Exactly,
who's looking for
yeah.
or is working there. So
Especially hairdressers that they are all the time talking to clients. So
my hairdresser loves talking about innovation and science. Who's been telling me about some projects he knew. He's the last person I thought he would know what we do here. So it's fascinating. So yeah, it's good to hear from you. Now, if you have an example, a real example that you have.
in science is a big deal.
And that's the interesting thing for us to hear from each other. Maybe someone else has an example from someone you would least expect.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe like over time that would be
But it is track specific as well, so it would be difficult to get a local barista, for example, to give you it might happen, but if it's something so scientific that if you don't understand what it is, then it's difficult to even give you a
like I live in a uni town, so I can think maybe the local barista feels like the most likely kind of.
So maybe we could hear from an example from each.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Give us an example of each.
Let's hear one example from each pair, please. Let's start here. Emma and Federico. One example that has happened to you or that you could imagine happening. That you have got a new contact from.
Scientific contact. What I remember is just from it was directly from my supervisors. Like, then it did happen to me once. I was traveling and I was just talking to somebody in a bar, and that person was working in agriculture, and then we just exchanged the contacts. We never got in touch. In the end, he was just working a different thing. And what I can tell you from that experience, and in general for me, and like everybody can be a potential, let's say, link, or if you are just willing to share what you are doing or what you want to do, your why, let's say, for example, you are definitely going to find somebody. That's my philosophy.
Works with you for your yes. Yeah.
For me, it's many friends, mentors, advisors. Sometimes it happens, but only if it's a really small workshop. So like here, for example, then it can also be a panelist and speaker, but not in a conference where it's 200 people.
Yeah.
We got the same feeling.
For me, it's also mainly supervising. I mean, I'm also thinking that it would be alumni. For instance, those that graduated from the field department, they can come and give a seminar, and we can have a informal chat and easily get to know how their work plays and keep them contact that with their job. So it's easy to become a professional company. And for me also, community leaders within academia, because I'm representative for the UGO for a conference, and there are also other representatives that they are young students like me. And they also introduce me to other people, and I also gain contacts because of that. So that would be useful.
For me personally, it's the same alumni, and so as a basically I came to know about EDPA, for example, the PhD discussions and through an alumni, like the senior from the college. He was applying for this. We came to know from him. He came to know from him about Freddie, the supervisor, and from Freddie I came to know about me. So from there, from Nili I came to know about a lot of so for me, it was supervisor.
Yeah, so I also have this type connections that I got, like professional contacts. But I also wanted to share a weird connection that I got from a gossip of my neighbor, actually. So she gossiped about a girl who got medical fellowship, and kind of it's a kind of a defaming gossip, like, oh, she's going alone abroad. I couldn't think about her life after going abroad. But when I heard about it, I was like, okay, there is a scholarship which offers you a PhD, you can go alone abroad. So I personally searched in LinkedIn and I found out it. So it's like, that's a professional contact that I got in a kind of a weird way. So I will never avoid any conversations from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about the weird ones that, like, well, I mean, like family, I feel like will always look out for you, and they will. I find that my family might like network me into something that is like unrelated, so they might not necessarily be so like know exactly. They don't really know exactly what I do.
Yes,
but
some families have similar backgrounds.
Yeah.
Similar works.
Yeah. Exactly. So they'll be like, oh, look, weather, you do this, and they'll just kind of push me in the direction. So, yeah, I think sometimes some of the networking from those situations can be hit or miss.
Well, for me, it was more the panelist staff or conference contacts and conference organizers in workshops. So the people who are the panel member or the players in the
example, there was one interesting, here it says in government officials. I think that can be maybe, I didn't have experience myself, but I imagine it can be interesting to maybe sometimes talk to them if you want to do more like community work, like for example work at the National Institute, and then you are interested to hear what people in government are interested about, how